Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another day of Live Daily Live. So excited to be here again. Thanks for all the comments that I've gotten these last few days. This is a really exciting thing for me. So the thing I'm talking about today, again, sorry, my name is Jeff Johnson for those that are new, and I'm the host of Live Daily Live. My goal is to do a live video every day for a year. And so this is my goal. And today I'm actually talking about goals, going for your goals. And one of the big things that I'm doing that started today is a diet. I know that's one of the big things that always comes up with goals is weight loss, getting in shape. So today was the first day that I officially hit the 200 mark. I've been playing with it for a few days. And but it also was the day that I had already planned and set up a day to do a diet with my brothers. So we're doing a competition. I don't know about you, but whenever I do goals and going for things, I have to have some competition in with it, because that's what motivates me the most. Is not so much, I'm not as money motivated as some people are, or like rewards or anything like that. For me, my biggest motivation is to not lose. Like, I really don't want to be the worst. I don't have to be number one if there's a group of people, but I can't lose. I can't do awful. And so it's a lot of motivation for me to really get going and start and work hard on making sure I lose some weight. So that's my goal. If you guys have any recommendations for different things to try with losing weight, put it in the chat section, which is, I think, over here. It's always backwards here. It's not mirrored. It's awkward, is what it is. Anyway, so tell me what other goals you guys are going for too. If you're in the comments, go ahead and put those in. Let me know what things you guys have been trying out with the New Year's resolution. Are you still doing your goals? Have you started them? Let me tell you a couple of things that I've done that I found out. So I've had a couple of goals that I've tried in my life, and what I found is the long-term goals are the hardest ones to accomplish. The longer term it is, and the least, it makes the least amount of sense in my mind. What I found that I really like to do is to do smaller goals. I like about a week-long goals, a month-long goals, and that's the biggest thing to do. So one goal that I did was reading 7 books in 7 days. And I've always been someone that I like to read, and I like to learn more and gain an understanding there. So these were not just like fun books. These are all nonfiction books, all about a lot more about happiness, about going for goals, different things like that. And the biggest thing that I learned with that one is, you do burn yourself out after a certain number of days, about 7 days, but it's usually about the 4th day that you really start having those troubles and struggles. And so what I always like to do is, if my goal is to just read more books, to be more educated, anything like that, I do an intense goal for the first week, where it's like 7 books in 7 days, and then after that I can tone it down to like, okay, I'm going to read 2 books a week. But after I've done the 7 books in 7 days, and I did it, it was a whole lot easier to tone it down and say, okay, I'm just reading 2 books a day. I can definitely do that, because it's not anything like doing the 7 books in 7 days. That's a trick that I've learned for myself that works really well when I'm trying to add something new into my life, is to go for broke and go crazy on one thing, and then kind of tone it down to where you actually want to be within your life. One, it creates an experience. It creates something where it's like, you've accomplished something hard. You can say, I've read 7 books in 7 days, or I went on this cleanse, a juice cleanse for 7 days, or however long time it is. It kind of depends on you. What is that hard level? Do a ton in advance, a ton at once, and then kind of grow from there. So another one too for me, that I actually another tool that I've used a lot too, is whenever you're trying to do something for a certain amount of time. So let's say it's like watch less TV, or trying to get away from something like that. Those are harder because it's your habits. You're trying to break them, and unless you're just completely staying away from it, it gets pretty hard, especially down the road. If it's for a month or for a certain amount of time, you're trying to break an addiction or whatever it is, just a bad habit. What I found, and this is actually backed up by Shauna Core, who's one of the #1 public speakers. He has a TED Talk all about that happiness advantage. One of my favorite things from his book, The Happiness Advantage, is to make something 30 seconds longer to do. So if you don't want to watch as much TV or don't want to eat certain kinds of food, make it 30 seconds longer of a decision process. For him, what he did was he actually took the batteries out of the remote so that he couldn't access the remote to turn on the TV. He actually would have to get up and turn on the TV, or he would get up and he would keep the batteries next to it in a drawer, so it would be 30 seconds of getting it out, putting him into the thing. By that time, either he had decided, I'm okay with going forward and doing this, or with that 30 seconds longer for making that decision, it helped him to not watch TV, and he was able to go for a longer amount of time without doing it. The opposite is true whenever you're trying to go for something, create another good habit, is to make something 30 seconds quicker. So like for instance, like if you want to try to play guitar every day for a month, or go running every day for a month and go work out, get out of bed and go, make the decision 30 seconds quicker. You don't want to waste your willpower. So it's actually a proven thing. A lot of the chemicals that are used for willpower and determination, like those kinds of attitudes, we do have limited charges of them. We don't have so much. We only have so much in our bodies. Based off each person, it's different too. But you don't want to waste it on the hardest decision every day. You want to create that so much easier, so that then you have the rest of the day. The rest of the day doesn't get destroyed by not having willpower. So make it 30 seconds quicker. So if you're wanting to run in the morning, wear the clothes that you're going to run in at night when you go to bed. And so then you're already in your shorts, and you have your shorts and your shirt, and then have your shoes right next to the bed with the socks on top of them. Because normally people will just keep it in the drawer or whatever. Put the socks on top of it, put your shoes there, and having it 30 seconds quicker of a decision will make it an easier decision. So that is one tool that I've used a lot that definitely helps with getting, making things happen, going for the goal. A couple, same thing too. Like if you're trying to play guitar every day for a month, like I was saying, put the guitar right in the middle of the room. Like buy a $15 stand or $10 stand. They're really cheap, and put it there in the middle of the room so that you'll have to walk past it, and you have that. You have to still have that willpower. You still have to make it a goal. It has to be a goal. You can't just put it there and expect yourself to play it. You still have to make some decision every day to actually do it, but make it an easier decision so that you can do it every day. That kind of brings me to the other point, is making it a solid decision. That's personally why I like to do week-long goals versus the long ones, is that I know myself. I'm someone that I'm a big thinker. I'm a doer. I'm like a jumper. I like to go quick and do stuff, but I'm not so much someone that just stays consistent every day all the time. That's part of the reason I'm doing this Live Daily Live, is to try that. But it gives me a chance to talk about all the things I'm doing every day, the things that I'm doing each week. And so that's why every Monday I want to talk about my goals. So come back again next Monday. I'll be here talking about the goals. The goals that I have right now are to lose weight. That's a big one for me right now. Is I just barely hit the 200 mark for those that are coming in new. And 200 pounds, and I want to get back down to where I was in high school, about the 170, 175 range. And so my goal is to do that. I'm doing a diet bet with my brothers, and I'm trying to get it down until March 20th is the date that I'm trying to lose 25 pounds in just a couple of months, which I think I can do it. I already know. I actually had kind of eaten a little bit more to build up my weight. Not too bad, but the 200, I lost 2 pounds within 10 minutes. After that, take a shower, go into the bathroom, of course. Come on, it's how it works. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for joining in here today. I am excited for the goals I have. Oh, I want to talk about some of the other goals, but go ahead and put it in the chats here too, especially for the weight loss stuff. Any ideas that you guys have done or used that work for dieting or for losing weight? One thing I want to try doing here, because I have this kind of cool system where I'm going live every day, you guys can see the results of what I'm doing here, live. It's not something you just have. You can go online and watch reviews of different workout programs, P90X, whatever it is, Insanity, and they'll give you maybe a before and maybe an after of what it looks like, but not so much in between. So if you have a service or something that you want me to try, next week I'll come on here and I'll actually try that out, depending on what I'm looking at, and I want to go through that process and kind of document it live with what I'm doing. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and put it in the chat box or put it in the comments below if the live stream is over. So thank you guys so much. Grateful for this opportunity to speak to you live every day. I'll be live every day between 5 to 6 is when I'll start. And yeah, of course, put the comments below, but please also like and subscribe. These first couple of weeks are the hardest ones for a channel to get going. I have to hit 100 subscribers in order to do all the things I want to be doing with this channel. YouTube actually limits you on a couple of things that you can do until you have those first 100 subscribers. So please subscribe, share it with your friends, let everyone know that you think would be interested in this. And thanks for joining, and join us again tomorrow. Thanks so much. Have a good one.